Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking the moral equilibrium of Arjuna's dilemma. We're going to discover how a text that is literally thousands of years old acts as a perfect mirror for the exact modern struggles we face every single day.
Okay, let's dive into this. Imagine, just for a second, that you're standing at the absolute pinnacle of your life. You've trained, you've fought, and you are right on the edge of the ultimate victory you've spent your entire existence preparing for. And then, everything just stops. You look around, and this single, paralyzing question pierces your mind. What happens when the world's greatest warrior realizes that winning is entirely meaningless? This is exactly where we find ourselves as we step onto the ancient battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Section 1. The Ultimate Battlefield Crisis.
The scene is completely set. Two massive armies are facing each other. Right in the dead center is Arjuna, the peerless archer. But instead of raising his bow, he physically and emotionally collapses. He just drops his weapons. To truly grasp the weight of this moment when he abandons the fight, we have to look at the exact words recorded in the Bhagavad Gita, seen here in the original ancient script.
So, translated to English, Arjuna is basically saying, "O Krishna, I desire neither victory, nor kingdom, nor pleasures. What use is a kingdom to us, O Govinda? What use are pleasures or even life itself?" And wow, in the literal blink of an eye, the very things society told him were the ultimate prizes, they just turned to ash in his mouth.
Section 2. Arjuna's Profound Dilemma.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that it's so easy to look at a warrior putting down his weapons and just label it fear or cowardice, right? But that's not what's happening here. Arjuna is daring to ask why at the exact moment he's expected to blindly execute his duty. This is a deep intellectual and spiritual crisis. Notice how ancient philosophy categorizes this feeling. This entire chapter is actually called Arjuna Vishada Yoga, the yoga of dejection. It's a recognized philosophical state of existential doubt and moral inquiry. This feeling of total emptiness isn't a failure at all. It's actually the necessary first step toward true moral clarity. You can't find your real purpose until you actively question the false purpose you've been handed.
Section 3. Rejecting the Rewards.
So what exactly is Arjuna walking away from here? He's completely turning his back on everything his world considers valuable. But here's the thing, the rewards Arjuna is rejecting aren't just some dusty historical artifacts. They are the exact same human desires we grapple with right now. Just look at this comparison. The ancient rewards, kingdoms, royal pleasures, and battlefield victory, our modern equivalents, corporate titles, luxury goods, and financial status. We might not be dodging arrows on a chariot, but we're absolutely fighting brutal battles in the boardroom, in traffic, in our leased cars, and on social media for our own versions of a kingdom. We're chasing the exact same external conquests, just hoping they'll finally bring us lasting happiness.
Section 4. The Modern Lifespan Problem.
Think about how many working professionals right now, maybe even you, are feeling totally trapped in the modern rat race. We've built a society that is incredibly good at extending our lives physically, but we're struggling deeply with what to actually do with those years mentally and spiritually. We're dealing with the crisis of living longer but feeling increasingly empty while chasing material success. Medical science gave us extra time, sure, but instead of using that time to cultivate inner peace, we often spend it just running on a treadmill, chasing those modern equivalents of kingdoms and royal pleasures, only to realize that when we finally get them, they just don't fill the void inside.
So the crucial point is, how does this modern crisis actually show up? First, we have an extended physical life, which is a gift, absolutely, but it's paired with chronic burnout. We're completely exhausted by the illusion of the rat race. That stubborn belief that the next promotion, the next car, or the next milestone is going to be the one that finally makes us happy. And this inevitably leads to a hollow realization at midlife. We wake up one day, surrounded by the modern kingdom we've built, and we just feel a deep, unsettling sense of dejection. We literally arrive at the exact same emotional battlefield as Arjuna.
Let's move forward and see how this builds. When you reach that profound point of modern burnout, Arjuna's ancient question hits with incredible force. What use is a kingdom to us? What use are pleasures, or even life itself? If you've ever achieved a massive goal at work, only to sit back at your desk the next day feeling completely empty, you've spoken the exact words in your heart. You've felt the exact same moral and existential dilemma as the greatest warrior of the ancient world.
Section 5. Finding Timeless Purpose.
And this brilliantly illustrates that, thankfully, the story doesn't just end with dejection. By dropping his weapons and actually admitting his emptiness, Arjuna forces a conversation that gives us the exact blueprint for solving our modern existential dread. This path forward is distilled into 3 vital steps. First, we absolutely have to stop chasing external conquest as the source of our happiness. The corner office and the luxury car, they aren't the answer. Second, we need to seek moral equilibrium. This means aligning our actions with our deepest personal values, not just what society expects of us. And third, we must find true purpose in our duty and in inner peace. The Bhagavad Gita teaches us that real victory isn't about conquering others or amassing wealth. It's about mastering yourself and performing your life's work without being toxically attached to the selfish rewards.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a thought to carry with you as you step back into your day. Look at your own battles, your own daily commutes, and your own ambitions. Ask yourself, what modern kingdom are you fighting for right now, and is it truly worth your life? The wisdom of Arjuna's dilemma reminds us that it is more than okay to pause, to question, and to seek a higher equilibrium. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. Take care and find your peace.
Get ancient wisdom and infinite guidance, anywhere, anytime. Visit sanathan.app today. Start your spiritual journey now.